Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise were once Hollywood's golden couple, captivating the world with their love, blockbuster films, and family life. But behind the glamorous facade was a story far more complex. Kidman has recently opened up about her relationship with her adopted children, revealing that they no longer call her Mom. As former Scientology devotees, Tom and the kids remain closely connected to the church, while Nicole has taken a different path. In this video, we dive into the hidden truths behind their marriage, their heartbreaking divorce, and its lasting impact on their family dynamics. Meeting on a film set. Tom Cruise was already a star in 1990, and he met his future wife on the set of Tony Scott's movie Days of Thunder. Cruise had been married to actress Mimi Rogers, and when he met Kidman, he was getting a divorce from Mimi Rogers. Cruise played a race car driver, Cole Trickle, in the movie, and Kidman played Dr. Claire Lewicki, who liked Cole. Part of the reason the movie was a big hit was the growing public friendship between the two stars. Cruise and Kidman get married. There was a 23-year age difference between Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman when they married. Cruise was 28 years old. They secretly married in Telluride, Colorado, on Christmas Eve 1990. They married a year after Cruise's split from Rogers. Relatives and people from their families were present there, and for such a famous star like Cruise, it was a pretty low-key event. Nicole Kidman talked about how young she was when she got married for the first time in an interview in 2016. She said she felt a lot like Tom Cruise's trophy wife at the time. Starring in a Western together. Kidman and Cruise were in another movie together soon after their wedding. It was directed by Ron Howard and was called Far and Away. The movie came out in 1992 and is a Western love story. It was about Irish people who came to America in the 1890s to find work and make money. The movie was shown for the first time at the Cannes Film Festival in 1992. It made Kidman a star. In the 1980s, Cruise made movies like Top Gun, All the Right Moves, Cocktail, The Outsiders, Born on the 4th of July, and Rain Man, which made him well known. Adopting their daughter, Isabella. The couple adopted a girl and named her Isabella Jane in 1992, the same year Days of Thunder came out. They made up their minds right away that they would keep their kids out of the spotlight as much as possible. In the same year, Tom starred in A Few Good Men, along with Jack Nicholson, Demi Moore, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Kevin Bacon. Nicole went back to acting the following year. She was seen in Malice, 1993, with Bill Pullman, and My Life, 1994, with Michael Keaton. Adopting their son, Connor. The couple adopted another child in 1995. This time, a baby boy. They named him Connor Anthony right after he was born. They did everything possible to keep their kids' lives as private as possible. People rarely saw them in public. Connor works as a DJ these days, and he and his sister Isabella have become very important members of Scientology. Nicole praises her kids a lot, even though they barely talk to each other after their parents split up and they decided to live with Cruise in the U.S. instead of moving to Australia with their mom, Nicole. Cruise, Kidman, and Scientology. When Cruise and Kidman married in 1992, Cruise was already a Scientologist, a very controversial church. Kidman was a Catholic at the time, and she didn't want to join the Church of Scientology. But she did it for her husband's sake. Following the religion's rules, she became what is called an SP, suppressive person, when she left the church in 1997. It is well known that Scientology believers are not allowed to interact with people who have become a suppressive person. Even though Kidman has a religious experience, she only says good things about her kids' participation in the church. Nicole's struggles with pregnancy. In a 2007 interview, Kidman said when she was 23 years old, she had an ectopic pregnancy right before she got married to Tom Cruise. It was all over the news that she had a miscarriage, but Nicole denied it. After Cruise and Nicole celebrated their 10th wedding anniversary, their marriage ended around the year 2000. She did claim that she did have a miscarriage. She also said she was crushed and still feels sad about that time in her life. The couple's last film together. The couple's last movie together came out in 1999. The movie theaters and the press were upset that Eyes Wide Shut was Stanley Kubrick's last movie. Fans felt that the marriage was already in trouble back then. but Nicole stated that back then, they were still very much in love while they were shooting. She said that her whole family would go go-karting until late at night when they were done shooting for the day. After less than 2 years together, they told each other they were getting a divorce. The it couple of the 90s. Nikki Hilton and Tom Cruise were Hollywood's it couple in the 1990s. They went to many red carpet events together, like the Academy Awards and the openings of some of Tom Cruise's biggest movies, like Interview with the Vampire in 1994 and Mission Impossible 2 in 2000. While they were married, Cruise was also up for 3 Oscars, but didn't win any. They became good friends with Princess Diana of Wales and went to all the fancy events in Hollywood. Kidman said in an interview in 2002 that she fell madly, passionately in love, and that she didn't know how she could no longer see her relationship clearly because she was so focused on it. Who filed for divorce? Back then, many people thought Nicole was the first who filed for divorce, but the Big Little Lies star insisted that Cruise did it and that she was shocked when she found out about it. The procedure for the divorce began in 2001, and the same year, Cruise started dating Penelope Cruz, whom he worked with on Vanilla Sky. After the incident, Kidman said the couple's comment about the amicable split was invalid, but they were no longer married by the end of 2001. Custody of their adopted children. After the split, Nicole Kidman moved back to her home country, Australia, while Tom Cruise stayed in Los Angeles. Even though they were given joint custody of their kids, Isabella and Connor, they decided to stay in the U.S. with their dad. While Kidman returned to Australia and married Keith Urban, a fellow Australian music star, Cruise has raised Isabella and Connor as Scientologists. They are both still active members of the Church of Scientology. Isabella and Connor told Nicole she couldn't have them, so she didn't see them for years. Their children and the church. Mike Rinder, a former Scientologist, said that the Church of Scientology was to blame for the couple's breakup because Nicole found out that the church had tapped her phone. A church official said these claims were bogus. Tom Cruise is still one of the most well-known members of Scientology, and since he raised Isabella and Connor himself, both Isabella and Connor stayed in the church even after Nicole left in 1997. In an interview in 2007, Nicole Kidman stated that her kids no longer called her Mom, but instead called her Nicole. Sadly, her children were cut off from her for years, as the Scientology rules say that a person who is suppressed should be avoided. Nicole Kidman didn't attend her kids' weddings. This is Connor and Isabella as adults. They are both still vital members of the Church of Scientology. Sources claim that both of Kidman's children are married, but she did not attend their weddings. Nicole wasn't invited to Isabella's wedding in 2015 to IT expert Max Parker. Tom Cruise was invited, but he didn't attend because he didn't want to detract the happy pair. Connor married Sylvia Sanchi, who was also a Scientologist. This time, Kidman wasn't allowed to attend her son's wedding by Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise marries Katie Holmes. Before getting married to Katie Holmes in 2006, Tom Cruise dated Penelope Cruz, whom he worked with on Vanilla Sky, for 3 years. They have a girl named Suri. She was born the year they got married. During an episode of The Oprah Winfrey Show, Cruise famously jumped on the couch to tell Holmes that he loved her. They broke up for good in 2012 after being together for 6 years. Cruise has not been married since. Katie and Suri both stopped going to Scientology. Nicole Kidman marries Keith Urban. After getting divorced from Cruise, Kidman was engaged to artist Lenny Kravitz for a short time in 2003. Kidman then married country music star Keith Urban in 2006 in their home country of Australia. That same year, her ex-husband, Tom Cruise, married Katie Holmes. In 2008, Nicole had her first child, a baby girl they named Sunday Rose. In 2010, she and her husband used a surrogate to have a second daughter, Faith. Since then, Kidman and Urban have been married and are very happy. They moved from Australia to Nashville, Tennessee. Avoiding each other at the Oscars. Tom Cruise's movie Top Gun: Maverick was nominated for 6 Oscars in 2023, including one for Best Picture. Cruise was called to the Oscars to accept the award. Several people say that he didn't attend the Academy Awards because his ex-wife was going to attend. Kidman was also invited because her role in the movie Being the Ricardos was up for Best Actress at the Oscars. Besides that, she was a host. She went to the event with her husband, Keith Urban, but Michelle Yeoh won the award for Everything Everywhere All at Once. His reps say he wasn't at the event because he was busy on site, but many people speculated that he didn't want to run into Kidman. Tom Cruise's Oscar nominations. During his long career, the Mission Impossible star has been nominated for 4 Academy Awards, but he has never won one. Born on the 4th of July, which came out in 1990, got him his first Best Actor nod. Jerry Maguire, which came out in 1997, also got him a Best Actor mention. In 2000, he was nominated for his 3rd award for the movie Magnolia. Kidman went to the 1997 and 2000 Academy Awards with Cruise, and in 2023, his film Top Gun: Maverick was up for Best Picture. Tom Cruise produced and starred in the movie. Nicole Kidman's Oscar nominations and win. Nicole Kidman has won an Academy Award, but her ex-husband has not. 5 times since 2002, the Australian star has been up for Best Star in Moulin Rouge. She was also up for Best Actress for The Hours in 2003 and won that year and Rabbit Hole in 2011. In 2017, she was mentioned for Best Supporting Actor for her part in Lion. In 2023, she was nominated for Best Actress again for her role as I Love Lucy actor Lucille Ball in Being the Ricardos. The new Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman, now 56 years old, recently posed for Elle magazine in a set of racy photos showing her in lingerie and poses we've never seen before. The following conversation shows that Kidman is satisfied and happy with her job and personal life. The actress talked about how she has a complete life with people she loves. Currently, she lives in Tennessee with her husband and their 2 teenage girls, Faith and Sunday Rose. The future for Nicole Kidman. Kidman recently talked to Elle about her plans for the future, even though she had been in a relationship with Tom Cruise for 11 years, and the press couldn't stop writing about it. She is currently working on the Amazon show Expats, and there is even a report that there might be a 3rd season of Big Little Lies. Her work is still going strong, which means she often goes to parties and red carpet events in Hollywood. Kidman says she's thankful for her job, but happier when she returns home to her husband and kids and relaxes.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon